Hello, Ohio Realtors. Todd Book here to update you on the big NAR legal settlement. As you may have heard, on March 15th, the Ides of March, NAR entered into a proposed settlement of the pending seller commission lawsuits. I say proposed settlement because the agreement still has to be approved by the court. Here are the particulars of that agreement. First, NAR will pay $418 million to the plaintiff class over a 4-year period. Given that the final verdict could have been well over $5 billion in the Missouri case alone, settling for $418 million sounds like a decent number. In addition to the damages payment, the settlement also bans NAR from establishing any sort of rules that would allow a seller's agent to set compensation for a buyer's agent. But it must be noted that the agreement doesn't ban sellers and buyers from freely entering into such arrangements. Additionally, all fields displaying broker compensation on MLSs must be eliminated, and there is a blanket ban on the requirement that agents subscribe to MLSs in the first place in order to offer or accept compensation for their work. The settlement agreement also mandates that MLS participants working with buyers must enter into a written buyer-broker agreement. NAR says that they expect these changes to go into effect in mid-July of 2024. In exchange for the payment by NAR as well as the rule changes, the agreement would release NAR, over 1 million NAR members, all state, territorial, and local realtor associations, all association-owned MLSs, and all brokerages with an NAR member as principal that had a residential transaction volume in 2022 of below $2 billion. They would be all released from liability for these types of claims. Therefore, if your brokerage volume was over $2 billion in 2022, you would not be covered by the settlement. Luckily, in the settlement, there is a process for such high volume brokerages to become part of the settlement. Be aware, the settlement does not address the pending buyer commission lawsuits that are still out there or the pending Department of Justice action. We still need to keep our eyes on those. Suffice it to say, the settlement ensures changes are coming in the way you do business. And in the coming days and weeks, Ohio Realtors will help our members make this transition to the new normal. I mentioned at the beginning that this settlement was announced on the Ides of March. And being a history buff, I just can't pass up pointing out that Caesar was warned to be wary of the Ides of March, and for good reason. He was assassinated on that day a mere 2,068 years ago. I don't know about you, but it seems just like yesterday. Similar to the drama of Caesar's demise, this Ides of March agreement might stir up some turmoil and shake things up in the realtor world, at least at first. But in time, it will pave the way for a more stable environment, allowing you to focus on your work without constantly worrying about being betrayed from behind. And remember, this settlement has no impact on the need for the important services realtors provide when they represent their clients. So now that you've been updated, go out and sell a house.